Let's jump right into this explainer, because today we are unpacking something absolutely fascinating. Have you ever looked at how incredibly fast the digital world is moving right now and wondered, what does it actually take to not just survive all this change, but literally master it? The problem we're seeing is that so many traditional tech boot camps, well, they just kind of leave you stranded in theory. You learn the concepts, but then you're stuck. So today, we're decoding the complete curriculum blueprint for the DreamerZ Digital Academy. This is a platform built completely from the ground up for real-world, highly actionable skills. We're going to look at exactly how they structure their learning paths to take someone from absolute beginner to a fully equipped digital professional.
And really, that brings us to the core question of our entire explainer today. How do you actually go from casually learning about AI to, actively building with it? Because frankly, that is the massive gap most of us are facing right now. DreamerZ tackles this exact problem head-on, and they actually offer 30 days of free access right on their site to let you figure this out for yourself. They aren't just handing you a static library of videos to watch. It's entirely outcome-driven. The goal here isn't passive consumption at all. It's active creation.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand their approach, we're going to take a quick tour across these 5 crucial areas. Inside DreamerZ's, the tech and AI paths, business, brands and growth, career and communication, and finally, tracking the learner journey.
Section 1, Inside DreamerZ, focusing on the tech and AI paths. This is where the hard foundation for all those future-focused skills is actually built. So, taking a look at the AI and Automation Academy, you'll immediately see it's not just some random assortment of shiny new tools. You start by mastering the absolute heavy hitters. We're talking ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. But the real magic happens when those foundational masteries are mapped directly onto super practical applications. You learn how to use tools like Syllabi for content planning, or how to do LLM video creation, and even how to engineer your own AI agents. It's this incredibly direct bridge from pure theory straight into real-world utility.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that their entire philosophy boils down to an actionable 3-step formula. Learn AI, build AI workflows, and create AI agents. You aren't just sitting there learning how a chatbot generates text, you are linearly progressing toward engineering automated systems and actually deploying autonomous agents. It's a highly action-oriented progression from beginner to advanced.
And that exact same philosophy bleeds right into their Software Development Academy. They are absolutely not teaching traditional legacy coding methods here. This is an intensely modern AI-first approach. For instance, they specifically call out vibe coding with AI when you're learning Python. If you haven't heard that term, it's basically just talking to an AI until it writes the code you're thinking of in your head. They're teaching full-stack development using Claude and even DevOps using AI. The curriculum totally recognizes that modern developers use AI assistants, so you are learning to code seamlessly alongside these tools from day one.
So the crucial takeaway here is the ultimate outcome of this software development journey. Just like the AI path, it follows this incredibly strict 3-step evolution. You start by learning the coding basics, you move on to building actual functioning apps, and then, most importantly, you end by deploying products. The whole thing is designed so you don't just walk away with a piece of paper or a certificate, you leave with a fully deployed, full-stack product out there living in the real world. And honestly, that is what actually gets you hired or gives you the foundation to launch your own venture.
Now, obviously, if you are building and deploying all this powerful AI and software, you absolutely need to know how to defend it. The Cybersecurity Academy focuses on AI and security with a really targeted dual outcome: secure systems and protect data. Currently, they're really focused on that foundational AI security, but it's definitely worth noting that their future roadmap includes some seriously sought-after skills like ethical hacking and advanced cyber defense.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Business, Brands, and Growth. Now that we've got that technical foundation locked in, it's time to talk about how to actually commercialize it. Inside the Startup and Business Academy, the journey is just incredibly clear. You're taking a raw, untested concept and running it through what they call their startup studio. The progression goes idea, straight to startup, and then into a fully fledged business. The curriculum is essentially designed to hold your hand through that really messy middle part of entrepreneurship. It ensures that your brilliant tech idea actually forms the backbone of a viable operational company. And to make sure that viable company can actually scale up, DreamerZ has laid out a pretty fantastic future roadmap for this specific academy. They're going to be rolling out modules on the business model canvas, really detailed training on funding and pitch decks, and broader entrepreneurship principles.
What this means is that very soon, learners won't just be building cool apps, they'll literally be building fully funded tech startups, complete with the rigorous business models you need to survive in today's market.
But of course, alongside the business mechanics, you have to know how to sell. You just have to, and that's where the Marketing and Growth Academy provides the fuel. Right now, this is driven by modules like Canva Creator and their Digital Marketing Launchpad. And the outcome here is another perfect three-step process: build brand, generate leads, and grow business. Plus, with future plans to add social media marketing, content marketing, and personal branding, this particular path is engineered to turn tech creators into absolute marketing powerhouses.
Let's move to Section 3 and see how this all builds into career and communication. Look, you can be the best AI coder on the planet, but if you can't communicate your value to someone else, you're going to get stuck. This is all about the human element.
The Career Accelerator focuses entirely on very tangible outcomes. Get interview ready and get hired. Simple as that. To make this happen, the current curriculum heavily targets official communication alongside interview and placement readiness. It's a super tactical, practical approach to leaping over that final, frustrating hurdle between learning a new skill and actually getting paid for it.
Because, let's be real, a massive part of getting hired is just how you articulate yourself. And that is exactly what the English Communication Academy addresses. Their stated goal here is to help learners speak confidently and communicate professionally. To kick this off, they offer a highly focused 30-day conversational English program. It's built entirely on the understanding that clear, confident communication is essentially the ultimate multiplier for every single one of your other technical skills.
And looking ahead, the roadmap for these soft skill academies is incredibly robust. I mean, they are planning to integrate resume building, LinkedIn optimization, advanced business English, and even public speaking. By combining these upcoming soft skills with their hardcore AI and tech curriculum, they are basically creating a factory for the ultimate modern professional. You know, someone who can code the AI, pitch the business model, and then confidently present the results to a boardroom.
Which brings us to Section 4, Tracking the Learner Journey. Let's take a quick look at the actual dashboards and infrastructure that gamifies and supervises this whole ecosystem. And this brilliantly illustrates how they pull it off with a dual-sided design. For the student, my dashboard is highly gamified. You're earning XP points, unlocking achievements, tracking your quiz scores. It makes the learning process genuinely fun and honestly a bit addictive. But then, flip it over, and the For Supervisors view provides these really deep, granular analytics on attendance and activity. It perfectly balances engaging the learner while giving total transparency to the educator or the manager running the program.
All right, so practical details. If you're looking for this kind of structured, outcome-driven environment, you can access the platform directly at www.dreamer-z.com. Or if you have specific questions about the learning paths or want to know more about that 30-day free access we mentioned, you can reach out directly to their support email. So we started this explainer by asking how you actually go from just learning about AI to actively building it. And we've seen the entire blueprint today, everything from AI and vibe coding all the way to startup creation and professional communication. The architecture for your success is completely laid out. So my final question for you is this. With 30 days of free access sitting right in front of you, which path will you choose to actually go out there and build your future? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.